Okay, I thought we had an or in there. All right, so let's start again. Welcome to the In With Over Under podcast. What? How you gonna talk when I'm trying to do the intro? This is gonna be us. This is gonna be a show. You know what I'm saying? In With Over Under podcast, video vlogcast. We got Lex here. You know what I'm saying? We got Free. Wave your hand, Free.
Howdy.
And we got the celebrity amongst us, Joshua Torrey. Introduce yourself, fellas. Everybody all shy. So look, this is supposed to be about sports, but I'm pretty sure. Huh?
Does Torrey have the most followers among us now?
The most real life followers are people who actually listen to what he says. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like people don't really care what me and you have to say, Free. Like they're there for the jokes and for various antics. People who follow him are really there. Like, oh my gosh, what did Torrey say? Profound. Profound. You know what I'm saying?
That's where everybody gets their book ideas now, right?
Yeah. What was it, Torrey? It was a classic all-time topic of top what was it, running backs?
Emmitt Smith.
No, I don't want to do running back.
The GOAT.
Okay, here we go. Facts.
Emmitt Smith is not the GOAT.
He's in the farm, but he's not the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. He's somewhere in the farm, but he might be like a hen or something hiding under the roost. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely not the GOAT.
Here's what I'm going to say. Torrey, what's a better movie? Parasite or Star Wars Empire Strikes Back? Which is better?
I think he broke his computer.
He probably did.
Look at him. That dumb question broke his screen. Look at him.
What's the better movie?
I think it's my Wi-Fi just chopping up. It's got to be Empire Strikes Back.
Well, see, objectively, you're wrong because the critics disagree and the people disagree and the stats disagree. Shut up, Lex. Let me finish my point. These stats, Lex, shut up. The stats say Emmitt Smith is a superior running back. I understand that your favorite running back isn't Emmitt Smith. That's okay. But objectively, when you look at numbers, Emmitt's better objectively. Because here's the thing. A lot of people say, well, Emmitt had a longer career. Well, how short a career do you need? Are we going to call CJ 2K one of the GOATs because he had one really good 2K season? You can't do that. You know that.
Can I talk now?
Now you can talk, Lex.
So your argument is based on stats, right?
I am arguing based off of achievement and statistics.
Okay. So Brett Favre has the most. Brett Favre has had. Well, I think he lost to Brady. I think, but we'll go with Brett Favre. He had the most passing yards, and the most passing touchdowns,
and most interceptions.
Hold on. You tell me to shut up when I'm talking. That's white privilege right there, man. CRT is real. This is an example of CRT. Brad Mason, you're right, bro. You just jump in his DM and tell him something. As I was saying, as the only black man on Lutheranism and on this podcast, look, Brett Favre, most wins, most yards, and Super Bowl. Okay. Going by what you're just saying, we can use those three categories to say he's the best quarterback of all time. Or Dan Marino, didn't he have the most yards at one time too? I mean, we could use that also. There's something else to be said about your help roster, what's going on around you, what put you in that position, things that you can't just go by pure numbers. Numbers do lie.
Facts don't care about your feelings, Lex.
No, that's true. They don't. But stats can be skewed in the direction you want. Stats, if you're good with math, you can skew a number and reflect anything you want to say and get your point across. Just facts.
But it's every stat. It's not just, selectively taking one or two stats. It's in every career statistic, every positive career statistic. Emmitt has
You clean that up, huh?
Number one.
Yeah.
Yards, touchdowns, yak, everything.
So, Tori, would you say that football is one of the most team-driven type sports? Like, you really can't be a great tailback if you don't have an offensive line. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, I disagree completely with the idea that like Emmitt's the only person that benefited from a long career with stats. Come on, Frank Gore's still playing, dude. He's like 40 years old. He's 40 years old. He's still playing. I want to give him props for doing what he does. He's going to become one of the top 5 in rushing yards, if he's not already the top 5 in rushing yards, because of sheer longevity.
Right.
You can't argue for Frank Gore as one of the top 5 running backs of all time.
Freewood.
Emmitt Smith, yeah. Based upon what Free's saying, he would. Emmitt Smith ran behind one of the greatest offensive lines of all time.
So I'm saying.
And so we're just gonna like
ignore
proclaim him like, like, come on, man.
So here's what I'm saying. If it was like Barry Sanders at 15,500 and Emmitt at like 16 or 17, I would understand. Also, Frank Gore, I just looked it up, is number 3 now with 16,000 rushing yards, ahead of number 4, Barry Sanders, at 15,269. Now,
dude's been running for 20 years, man.
Would any of you care to guess how many rushing yards Emmitt Smith ended with?
He's number 1, bro. We don't need to guess the number. He has one more than number 2.
No, he doesn't.
He has at least one more than number 2 guy.
He has at least one more than number 2. Who is number 2?
Yes.
Do y'all want to venture a guess?
Number 2 is not the best either, because Barry Sanders is the best. How about that?
No, who do y'all think is number 2 on most rushing yards? Walter Payton.
On top of my head. Who?
Walter Payton.
Yeah.
So Walter
Payton has a better argument than Smith, because Payton, his seasons, they only had 12 games in?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You have to look at that also, the aspect of, like Tori was saying, years played, games in season, things of that nature, where things just don't transfer over, huh?
That's a fair argument. I'm arguing against Barry here from Emmitt. I can take an argument against anyone, but y'all are.
We never said Barry. We never said Barry, though. All we said was Emmitt's not the GOAT. That was the topic. It wasn't that Barry is the GOAT, rightfully so.
Emmitt has 2,000 rushing yards more than second place.
And how many more games did he play? How many more games did he play than Walter?
Let me look. Emmitt Smith played 226 game career. Barry Sanders.
No. I said Walter Payton.
Walter Payton? Okay.
You think he's slick, man.
Walter Payton.
Payton played 196.
Oh, wait, sorry. No. He played in 186 consecutive games, total games. He played 13 seasons.
He played in 190 games. He
190
averaged 4.4, which is higher than Emmitt's 4.2.
Right. And what was the difference in the games you said? What was Emmitt's again, you said? Emmitt played 30 more games than him, you said, or what?
Something like
36 more games for Emmitt.
And how many more yards does he have than him? 2,000, you said? And he only has 2,000 more yards than him?
Almost.
That's literally almost 2.5 seasons. He got more than Walter Payton. Payton would have made 2,000 those up in one season almost.
It depends on where we put
if he was in a less run happy league, I would assume Walter Payton would have been able to succeed in the 80s and 90s in a more balanced attack than Emmitt Smith would have ever done.
And I'll say
the guy who broke his shoulder
if you just give him 16 more those games in between, he passes him up carte blanche. It's not even close.
Well, we were going by games, not seasons there.
Well, seasons are made up of games, bro. So 2 seasons. However you want to word it, man. You know what I'm saying? So even by your standard right there, how many yards did Emmitt carry? How much he averaged per carry?
4.2.
Tori said 4, huh?
4.2.
4.2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's solid. Like I'm saying, Emmitt's not trash. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But he's not.
Let's look at Walter Payton's top 3 years. What he averaged.
That's hard to do. He only played 12 games a season compared to 16.
Yeah, he should be doing better. He's fresher.
How you figure what? You have a whole 4 more games. Man, I'm not. Nah. And then you got playoffs also are set up differently. The playoff structure, you get more games there also.
So, and actually, no, it looks like Walter Payton played 16 games a season starting in 78. Whereas 77.
When did he retire, bro?
Was 87.
Okay. When did he start?
75.
Okay. So we're missing a good 3-4 seasons of him playing 16 games, which is 4, a good 12 games right there.
In 1977, which was Walter Payton's best season, he averaged 132 yards a game, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd.
It's amazing.
Other than that,
absolutely higher than anything Emmitt did.
100%. He had 1 season where he averaged over 100.
No, he did not. He had.
You got to repeat the story. We can't hear you.
He had 3. The other was 100 on the dot. The other was 105.
And don't forget, when you played the Bears, you knew he was the man.
Oh yeah.
When you played the Cowboys and Indians, those guys, you still had Michael Irvin out there. You still had Alvin Harper. You still had like. So what I'm saying is, it's more of a balanced attack. So him getting 100 yards isn't a misdirection. No, there is no misdirection.
No, but
we're going after Walter Payton.
That also gave Walter Payton more carries, more opportunity.
Walter Payton, he still was better per carry. So even if you argue he had more carries, therefore he was better, we can look at yards per carry and say Walter Payton was still better.
4.4 and 4.2.
Don't try to minimize that. That's huge.
But it's over a career, dude.
Yeah.
Over 1,000.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Tori,
yards per carry is where we're drawing the line as the running back stat. What makes you superior?
What's the difference in touchdown? I'm curious about
that. Okay. Career, he had 164 for Emmitt.
Yeah, it's about 50. It's a good 50.
50?
And 110 for Walter Payton.
Yeah. I was just curious.
That's not a 1-2 season thing to build up.
Oh, no. That's a misdirection. I have Irving I could throw it to. I could open up the middle. I also had one of the best offensive lines of all time in front of me. And it makes life a lot easier. It makes life a lot easier when you have those weapons. You disagree?
I don't disagree. I don't.
Okay, well, so let's not act like the touchdowns are hard to come by when you're a one-dimensional team and a defensive team. They were a defensive team. They weren't really high-scoring type teams. They were, we're going to punch them in the mouth. Ball control, things of that nature. You weren't even born yet, so I don't know if you understand this type of football, man.
I was alive for all of Emmitt's. Maybe all but.
We're not talking Emmitt. Tori, you see how he does it? He tries to casually change the topic. I was alive during all of Emmitt's life. You know what I'm saying? We're not talking.
Hey, I grew up watching those old NFL highlight films of all the old guys.
The great times, man. Great times.
Thursday night, they had the top 10 of everything. Top 10.
Hey guys, I'm not here to argue for Walter Payton. I'm here to argue for Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders.
Let's do it.
What was I saying?
Barry Sanders.
So
Barry Sanders is the GOAT. He's got the 5.0 yards per